Hey guys, Hemoglobin here on the Vintage Beef Patreon server. We are currently voting on an official name, and this will be my first official video on this server. So I just wanted to say hello and welcome to my channel and Vintage Beef's Patreon server. So the premise of this series is going to be me doing a survival series because I've never done one before, and I am very excited to be on Vintage Beef's server since he is actually playing on this server. I guess there's a few things I would like to discuss about myself. I've never played survival before, so, well, I've never played survival on a computer. I've used PlayStation 3 before. So this will be my first time on a computer as well as on a server with other people, which will be very interesting. I was in the spawn house. This is spawn town, where all the shops are going up. And then over in the distance, beyond the other houses, is Vintage Beef's build. So I would like to take this time to kind of go over who I am and what my mission is. So I am a YouTuber who kind of saw inspiration from Slipgator's videos. Like in the beginning, he was just doing this kind of as a way to have a creative outlet as well as be cathartic about his life and what's going on. And I appreciate him and Vintage Beef's style. I will have a general overall arching goal for a video, but I don't mind getting distracted with pretty things like this build and some other builds in the area, like those hot air balloons. I am not a great survival YouTuber or just a general YouTuber, but I am working on that. So I appreciate you coming along with me on this journey, and I just want to say I appreciate you, and I appreciate you starting this wonderful journey with me. So I guess this boat's kind of a metaphor for leaving the crowded, hectic life that is the real world and going on an adventure. And in this series, you'll be joining me in that adventure. Yes. So the first episode is just going to be kind of like a short biography of myself while doing a brief world tour of Vintage Beef's Patreon server. So, things to know about me. Let's drop the first bombshell. For some people, it will be a bombshell. For other people, it will be kind of a dud. I am gay, and I have a partner, and he is wonderful and awesome. And if I get hate for being gay, then that sounds boring. It's very typical. I grew up in the South. I'm used to people bullying what is different in all aspects of it. Even when people didn't know I was gay, just because I was Catholic, I got bullied because they viewed Catholics as pagans because we had saints. So yeah, it is what it is, and I am glad that I have chosen to move away from the South so I can be who I am with my partner. There's a lot that I can go into with that, and I would like to express that possibly in a later video. And in the comment section, feel free to ask me to go in more depth about certain topics that I bring up in the videos. I probably won't be discussing everything, but I'd like to discuss some things with you guys. On a side note, and again, this is kind of similar to Slipgator's style and possibly Vintage Beef style, I really like this custom terrain generation that Vintage Beef has chosen for this world. For example, this tree is not someone built it right now. It's someone built it a while ago. What I mean by that is Vintage Beef has this custom terrain generation that produces trees like this, very beautiful trees. And I'm not sure if it's a jar file or a command block system, but throughout this series I hope you will see quite a few beautiful custom terrains, as well as quite a few beautiful builds. We have a lot of talented people on the server, and I mean to stress both. There's hundreds, and they are very talented. And I feel like I have the potential to enjoy this server a lot. I've never done a survival series in the past because I tended to prefer survival on PlayStation, but there's a problem with having servers, obviously. And also, I have no idea how to record on a PlayStation. I am not technologically savvy. My family was never technologically savvy. We had a handy computer, not because I'm old, but because we refused to update our technologies in any sense of the word. Let me make sure we're going in the right direction. I think it's more negative. Let's do more of this area because, yeah, you'll see when we get there. But yeah, my family was never really big into computers. For the longest time, I just used the computers at the community college in the hometown I grew up in. And when my parents finally became a little more affluent, we upgraded, especially when the internet became more and more imperative. So that was great. I had Encyclopedia Encarta, and that started to open my eyes up to a bright new world. And then, like, after moving around and getting addicted to cable, my parents finally got cable for our house, and that eventually led me to like either MTV or VH1's my high school life, and there's a lot of different variations on my high school life. But when I was doing my chores, I saw a My High School Life in the Closet, and that was actually the first time I really got hope that like I could escape and love someone as great as my current partner. And I'm very lucky. He's a very sweet guy. So yeah. And then I'm just taking a moment to look at this beautiful terrain generation. And it does kind of make me wonder if Hermitcraft Season 5 will go with a custom terrain generation, kind of like this. Because we obviously had Hermitcraft Season 3 was amplified, and ever since then we've had a something server on the Hermitcraft server. So it's been amplified, it's been maxified, and then recently it was spawnified, where they cranked the spawners up to 11 or 100, or however you want to say the maximum amount. They also used command blocks to generate mob heads. So since they're going more and more of the route of command block usage. I would not be surprised if they use command blocks to make more custom builds. Quite a few of them are on modded, and I think they enjoy those roguelike dungeons. And since some of them enjoy the roguelike dungeons, I wouldn't be surprised if some of them build or help build structures that can be used in command blocks to generate like dungeons. So maybe we'll have the there we go. Maybe we'll have the custom terrainified Hermitcraft season in Season 6. I think that would be great. That would be amazing. But until then, I do enjoy watching Hermitcraft, and I actually do like watching Beef's older videos. I forget what they're... See, this I believe is a custom generation. Like, you could so easily have roguelike dungeons. I do wonder if his time playing modded with the Hermitcraft people kind of gave him the idea for doing stuff like this, or doing Hermit Wars, because some of the trees and terrain does remind me of Hermit Wars. But yeah, I enjoy watching Hermitcraft. I will try to avoid saying who my favorite Hermitcrafters are. I've said the ones that kind of inspire me, and I do enjoy their videos a lot, especially the Minecraft ones and Vintage Beefs. Like, I forget what it's called, but it was like essentially red versus blue in Prank Wars. So there's a lot of shops back there. It seemed a lot of busy, and it seemed like my FPS were not doing too well, so I didn't want to put you through that. And I just kind of want to, I would like to build a shop. When they first started, I had an idea of just doing a Tortoise and the Hare build type shop. I do like digging. It is a way that kind of like gets my mind off of the everyday, and let's see, make sure okay, I need positive x, negative z. Okay, positive x, negative z, good. So yes, digging gets my mind off of things, and the Tortoise and the Hare would kind of reference like how quickly do you want an area dug out, and the idea would be like if you pay me less, I would just kind of go at my own pace. You pay me more, I go faster. If you supply me with my own tools, beacons, etc., I would just kind of go super fast. And like how much you pay me, and then also with keeping resources, like if you let me keep the resources, it will be cheaper versus if you made me hand them over. And those are just kind of like the base idea, but I kind of missed the opportunity, or the boat, as it would seem, in regards to being able to set up a shop. So I think maybe later, once all those shops are set up, I'll see if there's a service that I believe is lacking. Another service I would like to do is a Prank War sign up, because on the server there is like there are like a few rules. Beefy's commandments, I guess, is a way to think of them, and one of which is like no griefing. But I think it would be kind of hard to tell the difference sometimes between a prank and a grief, or building on someone's terrain. Negative, positive. And this way. So if you're wondering where I'm going to my current project that I'm working on. I have a base that I was working on, and then someone helped me start a project, which is kind of the surprise for the end of the video. Uh, so I'll be walking through some other people's bases, it looks like, just to get there. Positive X. Okay, so I'm just going to go straight this way now. I know there's a lot that you guys should know about me. Like, the main reason that I would discuss the whole like I'm homosexual thing is because it's colored a lot of my life, um, and also I want to be able to talk about my life instead of making excuses or whatnot. And a reason for making okay, good. I'm assuming that means that side or where the pillars are because I've been out here since like day 2 of the server. But yeah, like Impulse and Tango are able to discuss their lives about their wives and children, and it kind of gives you a better idea as to what's going on in their lives and their worlds. But so I want to be able to talk about like my partner's life because life happens and I won't be able to make videos every day. Like, I'm actually recording this as he sleeps because we don't live in the same town, so I don't get a lot of chances to see him. So between working full time and us living in different towns, it can mean that I don't get to see him a lot. If I don't get to see him, I'm probably going to make a lot of time to see him, but I also want to make time to do these videos because, believe it or not, I like you guys and I missed you guys, and yeah, I done more redstone, but the only reason I got into redstone was so I could make builds, like big creative builds. So I am trying to be a good server mate, and I'm trying to help with resources. So I'm not sure if some of you can tell just based on the look of this, but a part of the resources that I'm gathering is going to be an iron farm. And then maybe also like work with villager trades and breeding. And then I have some ideas, like I've looked at a few iron farms, and I have an idea for one, well actually two. Um, one of which is the hemoglobin lotus, which is kind of, I guess, inspired by the nucleus. And the idea is that you kind of have like these little islands of villages stretched out far away. And so I would make some modifications, and then the idea would be it kind of looks like a lotus flower opening. Or I was going to do a skyscraper, so I was going to test some game mechanics and do it. I don't know if I'll test the game mechanics here first or on a creative world. So yeah, so if you're in my neck of the woods, positive 600, negative 1800, like feel free with the resources that are behind me, like to like take, but just replant. I'm trying to mark my area in a more natural way. So I'm trying to use trees as more of a natural border instead of just putting up like columns of dirt and whatnot. So if you're on the server, I would enjoy collabing, but I am very technologically behind. I sorry about that. And I work a full-time job with random hours, with a side hustle or two, and this being one of them. And I also uh, thoroughly love my partner, and so there will be times when I will not be available. Uh, but I do want to make this YouTube world a reality. It would be nice if in 10 years I could be the vintage beef in the situation. I do enjoy Minecraft a lot. I find it relaxing. But the main part of it being relaxing is that I get to sleep away the night, so no creepers come, because I hate creepers and creepers are terrible. But I do love Minecraft. I like the basically infinite possibilities that can exist with it. Uh, so I'm looking forward to building on the server. I'm looking forward to future builds with future updates. I look forward to talking with y'all. If I bring up something in this video or any videos, I would love to have a conversation with it. I just want to be pleasant about it. So until next time, I'm Hemoglobin, wishing you a great day and a great build. Thank you, and goodbye.